Cersei.
Mm-hmm. It's recording now if you'd like to begin. So who's it about? I hope you get started.
Cersei.
That's her island, yeah. And who else is part of our story? What are some of the other characters?
Well, there's Odysseus and his men.
Uh-huh.
What was that other guy that hid in the bushes?
You're right. I forgot his name. We can look it up tomorrow.
But it's just
But why did he hide in the bushes? That's a good part of the story.
What? I don't know.
All right, so tell me what you do know.
Oh, well, I think he noticed she was magic, and so he dashed into the bushes, and they drank, the human men that, she had like 10, I think, so 9 went in to drink wine, and they drank wine, and when they were done with the wine, each man was tapped with her wand, because she had a wand.
Mm-hmm.
They were tapped once, one to the other people, and they were turned into, they got snouts and hooves and turned into pigs.
That's right. Who didn't? You said 9 went in, but the 10th didn't become it. Who didn't become a pig?
The guy that rushed into the bushes.
Because he ran away,
And he ran back to tell Odysseus. So Odysseus went, and a god was like, oh, she's, didn't Zeus tell her to? Oh, she was the enemy of a god, I think.
I thought it was, remember they made enemies with Cyclops. And do you remember who Cyclops' father is?
The god of the sea.
Yes. And so because of that, that's why they're having the troubles. Right?
Yeah. Alice, look. I didn't explain. So
You're over 2 minutes. Do you want to keep talking or you want to pause for now?
I keep going.
All right, keep going.
So I'm gonna tell you about Odysseus, the adventures of Odysseus and his men.
Okay. I'm going to pull it closer. Hey, Samuel, pause for a minute, please.
All right. So Odysseus, while he was sleeping, the god of the seas gave them a bag, and it's all bad winds and things. And so Odysseus, when he was asleep, his men opened the bag.
They thought something was in the bag.
Yeah, but actually the bunch of winds went and shot them back to the land of the God King. And he said no to all their questions.
Yeah.
You opened the bag before you got into the harbor. Did he want them? Oh, I think he was always enemies with them. So he gave them the bag, and when they opened it at the harbor, they would get flown back.
Maybe it was a trick.
And so he could.
Grace, not your turn.
And so they sailed away and bumped into an island, and just like, this is an island. I wonder who lives on it. And they started searching with a cup of wine, wine that I think would get you drunk. Because that's what he did to the Cyclops. Right?
That is what he did to the Cyclops. Or made the Cyclops sort of slow and sleepy. Right?
Yeah. So they rode to an island and say, and they heard bleating of sheep far away. And so they kind of followed it till they saw a cave, and they went in, and it was really dark, so they went into the back. Because they heard footsteps coming, I think. Then a little later, a giant came in, and it was a cyclops. So they were like, "Oh no!" And it was too late. He was already getting the fire, and it lighted up. Even the back, it lighted up. And so he saw them, and he said hello, and talked to them, and I think called them bad words, right?
Yep, he did. And so let's skip ahead a bit because we're getting a lot of time on here, and I'm worried about it uploading. So, what was the trick to get out of the Cyclops cave? Do you want to finish up with that part?
Yeah. So he gave the many bowls of the wine, which made him drunk and be like slow and sleepy.
Yeah.
So he fell asleep, and I'm gonna go back a little bit to tell you about a thing. So, the giant had a big staff, and Odysseus took off a big chunk and put it in the fire and kind of made like a point. So when he was asleep, they struck the wooden peg into the giant's eyeball, so he was blind. And so he came and sat by the door and went like this, so if they passed, he could feel them. And this is gross and weird, but you know what? When he was saying hello, he also grabbed one and broke out his brains and then gobbled him down.
It was pretty gross, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that bad that it was gross?
No.
Oh, okay.
And he kept on doing it till it was Odysseus and 6 men.
Yes, that's right. They got down to 6 men. And then he got out, though.
Yeah, by getting under sheep and going like this, under sheep. And so when there was a beautiful one that the giant said, "Oh, beautiful one, why do you go out last?" Which Odysseus was on. And he said, "Why do you go out last?"
Oh, that's right.
Because you are the beautifulest. Because you usually went out first. And why you are sad? Because your master is blinded. He was screaming, and so the other giants looked in, and he's like, "What is wrong? Nothing happened."
Who hurt you? And what did Odysseus say his name was?
No one.
No. No one hurt me.
Such a good trick.
Yeah, that is a good trick. Okay.
Odysseus said his name was no one. So when the giant told them his name, he was like, "No one hurt me." And it was so funny.
It was so funny. All right, are we good?
No.
Oh, let's be good for now, and we can do more tomorrow.
So Circe.
Okay.
So the god that tells Odysseus that not to go to Circe, but pulls out a plant. And you know what? No man can pull it out, because only gods can, because almost like nothing is impossible to them. And so he put it I think right here on Odysseus. Odysseus put it right there and under his breastplate. So when he drank the wine, and when the god attacked him, he didn't turn into one, and he was like, "Oh, please don't hurt me," because
she said that to him.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, please don't hurt me," and so I think she came with them, right?
Well, she didn't. She gave him his men back, right?
Yeah. And then, didn't she come with them? I thought she did.
No, she maybe down just to the seashore to wave goodbye, but she did not go in the boat with him. All right, I'm done right there, okay?